In the summer of 1985, a group of outcast kids from a rainy coastal town rode their bikes straight into cinematic history. They called themselves the Goonies. For a generation of kids, this wasn't just a movie. It was the ultimate adventure. But Hollywood is a dangerous landscape, and surviving child stardom is harder than finding One-Eyed Willie's gold. 40 years have passed since the Goon Docks were saved, and the treasure map has led this legendary cast to some truly impossible places. Would you believe that the kid who did the truffle shuffle is now one of the most feared and powerful lawyers in Hollywood? Or that their gadget-obsessed genius would completely vanish for 20 years, only to return and win an Academy Award? Today, we track down the kids of the Goon Docks. We uncover who conquered Hollywood, and we honor the beloved legends that we've lost along the way. Let's start at the top, with the leader. Sean Astin played Mikey, the relentless dreamer who refused to let his home be destroyed. Astin didn't just carry the emotional weight of the Goonies, he proved that true leadership translates across decades. Because 16 years after navigating the booby traps of Astoria, Astin took on a different kind of quest. As Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings, he didn't just play a sidekick. He became the absolute beating heart of the greatest fantasy trilogy ever put to film. From the Goon Docks to the fires of Mount Doom, to navigating the Upside Down in Stranger Things, Sean Astin never stopped fighting for the underdogs. Because 16 years after navigating the booby traps of Astoria, Astin took on a different kind of quest. As Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings, he didn't just play a sidekick. He became the absolute beating heart of the greatest fantasy trilogy ever put to film. From the Goon Docks to the fires of Mount Doom, to navigating the Upside Down in Stranger Things, Sean Astin never stopped fighting for the underdogs.
I can hear the potatoes calling.
Then there was Brand, the athletic, protective older brother, played by a young Josh Brolin. If you had asked audiences in 1985 who would undergo the most terrifyingly brilliant Hollywood evolution, few would have guessed it was him. Brolin traded the red bandana for pure grit. He transformed into a titan of modern cinema, delivering a masterpiece of tension in No Country for Old Men, and ultimately reshaping the entire pop culture landscape as the unstoppable Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The teenager on a stolen girl's bike became the man who wiped out half the universe. But while Astin and Brolin conquered the box office, another Goonie was forced into the shadows, and his story is perhaps the most heartbreaking and triumphant of them all. Ke Huy Quan. Data, the brilliant, gadget-loving soul of the group. After the massive success of Indiana Jones and the Goonies, Quan grew up. But the industry didn't grow with him. Roles for Asian actors simply dried up. The phones stopped ringing. Forced to accept the harsh reality of Hollywood, the child star stepped away from the camera. For 2 agonizing decades. He worked behind the scenes. He watched his friends thrive. But the dream of acting seemed dead and buried. Until Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. In one of the greatest career resurrections in cinematic history, Quan returned. And he didn't just return, he dominated. Taking home the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2023. through tears on the world's biggest stage, he proved that for a true Goonie, it is never truly the end. But here is where the story of Ke Huy Quan's legendary comeback takes an unbelievable turn. Because getting back into Hollywood is impossible alone. You need protection. You need an advocate. You need a Goonie. Enter Jeff Cohen. To millions of fans in 1985, he was Chunk, the clumsy, lovable kid who accidentally befriended a monster. But as Cohen grew up, he saw the brutal reality of child stardom. He saw the trap. So he didn't wait for Hollywood to abandon him. He abandoned Hollywood. He traded the Hawaiian shirts for textbooks. He went to law school. And today, he is a founding partner of one of the most powerful entertainment law firms in Beverly Hills. And when the producers of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once wanted to hire Ke Huy Quan after his 20-year hiatus, they didn't just call any lawyer. They had to negotiate with Chunk. Jeff Cohen personally secured the contract for his childhood friend's Oscar-winning return, proving that 40 years later, Goonies never say die. And they never, ever let each other fight alone. The rest of the crew found their own paths through the wilderness of fame. Corey Feldman battled the darkest sides of the industry, fighting relentlessly to protect child actors. Martha Plimpton became a critically acclaimed titan of the stage. The kids from the Goon Docks survived. But as time marches forward, we must also face the painful reality of those who didn't make it to today. As we celebrate 4 decades of adventure, we must look back with profound reverence at the legends we've lost. Anne Ramsey gave us the terrifying, unforgettable Mama Fratelli, a performance so raw and powerful, it earned her an Academy Award nomination just 2 years later. Tragically, she passed away in 1988, leaving behind a permanent, towering legacy in cinema. And then, there was the man beneath the monster. John Matuszak, the former NFL defensive lineman who brought an incredibly gentle soul to the giant known as Sloth. John suffered immense physical pain in his life, and we lost him far too soon in 1989. But the beautiful, unlikely friendship he portrayed between Sloth and Chunk remains one of the most pure, emotional bonds ever captured on film.
I love you, Chunk.
Oh, I love you, Sloth.
And we must also remember the protective heart of the Walsh family. Mary Ellen Trainor, who brought the loving, frantic, and unforgettable Mrs. Walsh to life. She was the mother who gave Mikey and Brand their foundation, the reality check before the wild adventure began. We lost Mary Ellen to cancer in 2015, but her warm, comforting presence remains a permanent, beautiful piece of the Goon Docks. The Goon Docks have changed. The cast has grown. But the spirit of that pirate ship, hidden deep beneath the earth, remains completely untouched by time. It reminds us that no matter how old we get, there is always time for one last adventure. Which Goonie was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And subscribe to Timeless Voices as we continue to map out the greatest stories ever told.